Welcome back to another episode of ERAtv. I'm Julie Coons, President and CEO of ERA, and I'm here with Jon Katinsky, President and founder of Hothouse. Jon, we're delighted to have you.
Thank you, Julie.
Tell me a little bit about yourself and your company.
Hothouse is a 12-year-old promotion marketing agency, and we are basically in the demand creation business. We work with consumer brands, sports and entertainment brands, and pretty much everything we do is measurable. We do online and offline work, and we work with a lot of industry leaders.
Very exciting. You're a speaker here at ERA Great Ideas Summit. What are the two key takeaways that you want your attendees to know?
Our panel discussion is what would Don Draper do, and it's really about how to put together high-impact, direct response television creative. And I think the thing that my fellow panelists and I had talked about was the fact that we're really trying to tell stories, and it starts with having a great idea, and that great idea is really what drives your creative, whether it's a 30-second spot, whether it's a 2-minute spot. You want to remember your audience and know who the audience is for your product or service, and I think probably the most important thing is don't be afraid to be audacious. So I think when we look at what makes for great creative, we want to make sure that we're seen and that we're talked about and that we're remembered, and you don't do that by playing it safe.
Very interesting. So the name of your company is not safe at all.
No,
is there some origin of the name of your company you can share with us?
Yeah, Hothouse is really, we kind of feel like we're an idea company. We're a place where ideas grow, and so the name had a little bit of that feel to it. And it's worked well for us for about 12 years, so we're going to stick with it.
Terrific. What got you excited about direct response?
I think it plays very nicely into what our agency does. We are very much a project-driven agency. We do work with large media companies, with NBC Universal, with MTV Networks, with consumer brands like Del Monte, and every one of those brands comes back to us because we are measured on our results. And so direct response is sort of the ultimate test of that, because when you put a campaign out, you're going to know instantly not only if it worked, but if the ROI was there to pay for itself.
What don't we know that we should know in the area of measurability? I mean, what is it that direct response marketers say to you, if only I could know X?
I really think the world's gotten a lot more complicated for direct response marketers, especially with the advent of social media. Because a lot of times, if you're selling something through a toll-free number, through a website, and it's a transaction you're looking for, that's an easy thing to measure. What's not so easy to measure is, does someone becoming a Facebook fan of your brand translate into sales later, and what does that multiplier effect look like when people become advocates for your brand and talk about it? And I think that's the part of direct response that I think a lot of marketers would like to be able to quantify a little bit more, and I think the time will come when that's going to be available to us.
All right, terrific. Well, listen, thank you so much for chatting with us today, and we will welcome you back in the future to another episode of ERAtv.
Thanks, Jill. It's a pleasure.